Hey YouTube, Average Guy 47 coming back at you with another. So there I was walking into a gun store video. So there I was walking into a gun shop. Past the rows of ARs and AKs and all the really nice stuff. Look back in the corner and there it was. 1903 Springfield. Manufactured May 1932 with star gauge barrel. And I looked at the price, and first thing out of my mouth to the salesman was, okay, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with this rifle. This is in beautiful, beautiful shape. Alright, let me get the camera off the tripod and we'll see if we can get some close-ups of maybe the star and some of the other markings on the rifle. Okay, starting at the business end of the barrel right behind the front sight band. I don't know if it's showing up. Here you can see SA for Springfield Armory, the Ordnance Department Flaming Cannonball, and underneath that 5. Let's see if we can roll around here. -32. The only modification not that was kind of made by Bubba was they put a white dot on the front sight post. That's easy enough to come off. Alright, let's see if I can get the star gauge barrel marking to show up. It's kind of faded and hard to see in regular light, I mean in person, so I don't know if it's going to show up on film. Okay, so if you look at the 6 o'clock position on the muzzle, it just looks like an arbitrary, maybe some kind of possible rust or something like that, but no, it's not showing up on film very well. But it's actually a sunburst type figure, and they call it a star gauge. Now, what star gauge meant is topic we'll discuss in the next segment. Now, a star gauge refers to a mechanical device that was placed down the bore that either measured uniform bore diameter throughout the length of the bore, or made sure there was uniform distance between the lands and grooves in the rifling, or it did both. I've looked at a couple of forums and I get numerous answers, and whether it did both or one or the other, I really couldn't tell you. Those were star gauge barrels. That was done on every Springfield, 1903 Springfield, manufactured prior to World War I. When the war started, of course, getting the number of rifles out there, they needed to be mass produced, so that was one of the production shortcuts. One of the production shortcuts they did was to either completely eliminate the star gauging process, or they only did a select number. Every other rifle, or every so many rifles, were quote unquote star gauged. Anyway, to finish the story of star gauged, it became more or less lore amongst the doughboys and soldiers and Marines who were issued Springfields, that having a star gauge barrel Springfield meant that it was capable of better accuracy than non star gauge marked barrels. And since not every Springfield was star gauge marked, and many, probably hundreds of thousands if not more, were rebarreled prior to the start of World War II or somewhere through the course of their service life, a Springfield with a original star gauge barrel is becoming quite the collector's prize these days. Alright, well I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and I'm going to see if I can show you the bore. Unbelievably shiny. No frosty, just storage dirt bore. And there you have it. That's about as best as I can get in here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, usually these bores aren't this nice because they fire corrosive ammo, or never really cleaned properly, maintained properly, or after you guys used in parades or funerals, and a ton of blanks are fired out of them and fouled the barrels to no end. But it looks to be in pretty good shape to me. Alright, YouTube, as always, stay safe and support the Second Amendment.